I decided to get rid of my Facebook because I'm frustrated because people do not understand what I am about. I'm not talking about everyone. Some people understand, but they also have their interpretations and opinions intrude. And I don't want that anymore in my life. If you believe diversity is good, I'm not saying I don't believe it, but when you get too involved in diversity, the diversity that's against what you're about starts to take control, and then you compromise what you're about to fit the other person's narrative to the point where you become more like what someone else wants from you. I'm okay with diversity if I say what I think and the other person says what they think, and it stops there. But if they want to try to convince me over to their side, then that's when I feel they don't understand what diversity really is. Diversity is when we all have our own opinions. But a lot of people think diversity means I have my opinion, you have your opinion. As long as you understand my opinion, we're good. I don't really care about what another person's opinion is if that person's opinion isn't in line with what I think. And before you start criticizing me for what I said, let's put it this way. Let's say you're someone who is allergic to a food, and your friend wants you to try certain foods that you're allergic to, and you finally decide you don't want to be friends with that friend because that friend might be trying to make you sick by making you try foods that you're allergic to. It's nothing against that person's diversity. It's just that you're not compatible with them. Same thing with dating. Let's say you're someone who's straight and someone who isn't straight, who you're not attracted to, wants to convert you to their idea of romantic possibility. And they might even like you, and you don't like them. And they want you to have an open mind. It's their way of trying to manipulate you, and you don't want that. So that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, I go on Facebook, for instance, and I want to know the opinions of women, and then nothing but guys answer, or some guys answer. And that's not what I was asking for. It's like they are purposefully answering me knowing that I asked for something else. It would be like if I went to a restaurant and asked for a salad, and then someone decided to give me chocolate pudding. I'm not saying I don't like chocolate pudding, but that's not what I asked for. I asked for a salad. So what I'm saying is, people think, oh, Lee's just kidding. Lee's just saying this or saying that. We'll go with it and we'll have a joke with him. The joke has been going on for more than 20 years. It has to stop. I am not joking. I am serious. I don't want to be this way, but I have to be this way because other people are. Other people do not understand what I'm going through. So what I'm saying is, goodbye, Facebook. Soon, if the only people who comment on my posts on YouTube are men, I will say goodbye to YouTube too. It's up to you people. You are the ones who are doing this. I am sick and tired of only one gender communication. I like more than that. And if you don't understand that, it's not you, the one person, but it's everybody accumulated. You have to understand that there's more than just one of you. There's many of you. And even though some women do respond to me, I think the reason why we have this cultural oppression is because men feel more comfortable talking to men than with women. And I want to get rid of that fear. I'm about talking to women. And I don't want the women to feel afraid to talk to me because, you know, I go through the same sort of things. And I feel that it has to be a comfortable situation. But let's say I was at a party and I wanted to talk to a woman and I saw a guy who I knew. And in order to make it look non-obvious, I go to him and say, "Hi, how you doing?" And we talk, with the idea that I might eventually talk to the woman. But instead, all I do is I talk with the guy. And then finally, when I go to talk to the woman, he's like, "Hey, what are you doing? I thought we were talking." That's the kind of misinterpretation I'm talking about. So I don't care how you feel if your feelings are hurt, if you're a guy. Because as a guy who only is platonically interested in me, you can have all sorts of other friends. You don't need me to continually talk to you. I'll be your friend, of course, but not to the point of ridiculousness. Not to the point where it ruins my opportunities with women. I am sick and tired of having mostly men talk to me. And so if you are a guy who feels hurt by what I'm saying, don't feel hurt. Feel like you ought to understand that if you leave me alone, you're going to make me feel better. Because I have nothing against you personally. I have something against the majority of the men who feel like they have to continue conversing with me because they think that I'll feel better having them as friends, when the truth is, I feel kind of not allergic, but I feel creeped by it. I feel it's really weird, like you want me to put on a lotion that itches me. It's okay to occasionally talk to me, but don't continually keep messaging and talking to me when you know that I want to talk to women. And so that's what I'm about. It happens on Instagram also. It happens on TikTok. It happens everywhere. Men are conversing mostly with men, and women converse with women. And I think it's this oppressive fear that we have to get together. And I think it has to stop. So unless it stops, unless I see a change, and I see a change as far as the women having their real names when they talk to me, or a change as far as the guys who pretend to be women and who have accounts with women's pictures, but it's really a man. If you stop that, if I'm really talking to more women, and women are really willing to talk to me, then I will be more in tune with the balance. But until then, if I get only men talking to me, or mostly men talking to me, hey guys, guess what guys? You will no longer see me on here.